This episode of the Kingdom of Graph is sponsored by the Autograph of the Month Club, where for just $20 a month, you can get a signed 8x10 photo in the mail. Please visit them at www.autographofthemonth.com. Use promo code KINGDOM to get a bonus welcome. Listeners, prepare thyself, for you are about to witness two fine gentlemen muse upon the fandom realm, for you have ventured upon the Kingdom of Graph. Hosted by Marco Guerrero and Michael Berkowitz.
Go from transferring the monies.
Hey, sorry, we're talking about crypto, and we're talking about transferring monies, but we're live now. I guess I hit the button a little too soon. But welcome to the Kingdom of Graph, everybody. I'm Marco.
I am Michael.
And Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everybody's having a better start to the year than last year.
Oh yeah. This is our first show of 21.
21.
First show of 21.
Have you seen I'm guilty of watching TikTok quite a bit, on the phone. And one of the things that's been going around now since the time is the people going to buy beer, right? And the guy shows his wallet. Oh, do you need me to take my ID out of the wallet? And he's like, no, I can see the one from here. And I guess if your ID has a 1 instead of a 2, starts, with a 1, then you're obviously over 21. So
that works.
So yeah, if you're under 21, it would have to start with a 2.
It would. So yeah, it makes it easy on everybody now that if you were born, you don't have to look if you were born in 19.
Yep. If you were born, there's nobody younger
than 1999.
Yeah. So everybody younger than 21 was born in 2000s.
That's crazy to think about. That's such a interesting. I thought you were going to go the direction of I've seen the one, the one I've seen everywhere is the thank God 2020 is gone. Can't get any weirder, and now it's all the QAnon shaman. Hold my beer.
Yeah. I saw one yesterday. It was like 2001 days without incidences. Had 6 changed to 0.
Yeah, that's a good one too. We made it 6 days into the new year before some shit went down. There
was a lot of these memes where people on TikTok would make these videos with themselves, and one would pretend to be like Jesus or an angel, and the other would be God, and then would be like, I told you to do this, did you do it? And then it would be like the angel got it backwards, or got it like, oh no, that was supposed to be for the entire decade, not 1 year. And so there was one I saw yesterday. Oh crap, I forgot. It was man, I hate when I always have to tell the joke, but I always have to give context so the joke makes sense.
And then you lost the joke.
Yeah. Well, there's another one though. I think it was it was on the first, and the guy goes, now that it's 2021, right? 2020 is literally hindsight, or hindsight is literally 2020.
Oh my God, that's terrible. That's terrible. I can't get behind that one.
No,
literally.
Was it too much of
a? Oh, people don't come here for the humor.
They don't, do they? So do we have anybody in chat?
I see a couple people on. I haven't seen anybody talk yet. Nobody's saying hello. Here, I'll say hello for everybody. Hello, everyone.
Normally there's a chat thing here, but it doesn't look like we're signed in.
I got the chat up. I'm monitoring. I got my little. I love how YouTube gives me a wrench.
A wrench.
Like that's the mod symbol is the wrench. Like it's like if you can dodge a ball, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Apparently, I don't know. I have a wrench.
Let's see if I do this.
Uh-oh. Marco's
Nope.
messing with settings, everybody.
Nope.
Oh, God.
Well, no, I want to make it big enough so where you can see this, right? And then I can see the chat at the same time, but it doesn't really work.
It's all right. We'll make it work.
So I think one of the things that, I wanted to talk to you about was I think we can try to do it without spoilers or possible spoilers.
I mean, we need to get that. A spoiler is afoot.
I know, but I just have so much on my plate that
I know, you're a busy dude.
I want to do it, but I was got to find a way to do it right. I've got the audio, but...
Well, we need to design the different feet.
Yeah.
For this one, it would be a karate foot.
Karate foot?
Like a kick coming at you?
Yeah. But, so yeah, people should be shortly getting their autograph of the month this month.
Yes.
Also, everybody watching, make sure you go to is it the bunker? Mystery box bunker?
Mystery box bunker.
There's a lot of giveaways going on.
Yeah, we're gonna do the today is Thursday, right? So the first weekly giveaway will be Saturday. So everybody who's gotten their entries in, and we already have over 300 entries. The response to this has been so humbling and impressive. Our personal YouTube, for those that don't know that are watching this, you can see behind me, Box Pop and Beauty. That's our personal YouTube channel. We have gone when we started this giveaway, we were at 1,599 subs. We are now over 1,700 in less than a week. There are over 300 entries into the giveaway. The bunker is over 1,300 members. The response to this giveaway and the community sharing of the giveaway has been humbling and incredible. So thank you guys so much. And thank you to Marco for putting an advertisement in this Autograph of the Month Club as well. So it's been pretty amazing.
I did a little bit extra for you too with this month's autograph. On the back of it, I put like a little note for you to read about the actor.
Okay.
With the information about the actor, like in a big note.
Ooh, so you're making me look like a quality unboxer.
So that way, when you pull it out and because I actually know for a fact that you don't know who this actor is.
You don't think I know who they are at all?
I know 100% that you don't know who they are at all. I've put out clues and asked questions over this last couple weeks, and every single one of them you failed. So
what?
I'm 100% sure that you do not know who this actor is.
Hold up. I haven't even caught on to any questions or clues or hints.
I'm good,
Dude, I haven't even caught on to a single... I didn't even know you were asking me a question.
I slide things in. Some of the stuff I made up just to slide in the question.
See, you might not know. I might just be confused.
No. I was very specific with the questions.
Did you straight up slide in asking me if I ever watched a show?
Like a show or shows or there's only one show that this person would ever be recognized from.
Oh.
The rest of the stuff, like I said, he's been in almost everything, but it's one episode. But he looks like everybody. So
you're positive I haven't watched the show that he's from?
Yeah, I straight up asked you, and you were like, "Nope, never even really heard of it."
Oh, I don't even remember that.
I slipped it in so well, I
don't even remember that.
I slipped it in, so I put a little note on the back with so it said the person's name, what it is that the photo's from,
Yeah.
And then I put Marco's thoughts, and then a little quote from me.
All right, I like it. I appreciate it.
Well, because I try to sometimes when I get time when I send you yours, I started sending yours priority mail.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just so that everybody knows, he pays just like everybody else.
I do. I actually okay. No, that's not completely true. So the story of how Marco and I met is actually I backed Marco. Marco was doing a pre-sale. Like basically you could pre-buy 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years. And I ended up doing the 2 years. I messaged Marco. I talked to Marco a little bit, and then I bought the 2 years. And ever since then, Marco and I kind of hit it off. So I think when I broke it down, the 2 years now, granted, the 2 years was retail price, right? Like
Right.
it was 2 years at $20 a month plus shipping.
Right.
Like I paid the full amount. Where I say I didn't pay the full amount is because Marco, with that deal, gave you a gift card for 258 West shop.
Right.
So I got like a $280 gift card for buying 2 years in advance.
Right.
So technically I pay the same amount as everybody
then
else.
I took that money and bought crypto and turned it into a shitload more money.
Hang on a second, because I'm pretty sure that the advertisement was, I need money so I can get more signers.
And I did, but I also took that $500 and turned it into $2,500.
Damn it.
To get more signers now.
I took that $500 and turned it into a podcast. So, hey, we got people in here. We got Paul and I don't ever know how to say.
Gillier?
Gillier
Brady.
Gillier, give us a phonetic breakdown of how to say your name. Dennis, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah,
now,
so
is Gillier from like Hawaii?
I don't know. I think he has an island somewhere.
Wonder, like, are we delayed that much? Like
that people are just now talking. I don't know how long the delay is.
Yeah.
Here, let's do this. How about this? When you guys hear this right now, say you're hearing this right now, and we'll see how long it takes.
Or we can see just how long it takes Gillier to type out his name.
That's true. Oh, Kyle. Oh, Kyle. I know who Kyle is. Kyle's in the bunker. I know Kyle. Hey, Kyle.
How do you phonetically pronounce Gillier as
Kyle?
Kyle?
Don't ask questions. It's just the Guillr is silent. The E is the only part that... Oh, Guillermo is Spanish for William. But what is that?
Okay.
But that's so like...
And then William is short or long for Bill, and then Bill is cousins of Kyle. So yeah,
that wasn't too long. You only have about a 30-second to minute delay. Paul heard it, so it's not that long. That's not bad.
I am a Spanish jock.
I'm so confused. So William, Kyle, Weller. And now what is that? O'Flanagan.
Hey.
Hi there. I'm gonna struggle today, apparently.
All right.
So, do you want to get into what we were talking about, like off street, like one of our main topics for today?
Hold on, I want to do something real quick.
Uh-oh.
I want you. Let's see here.
I want you to want me. I need you to need me. Oh.
No.
But how does if William is English for Guillermo in Spanish, where does Kyle come from? What are you doing over there?
All right, I need everybody who can hear me right now and has access to chat to write a number between 1 and 100.
Oh shit! Are we doing a giveaway?
Way to spoil it! Wow! Okay, everybody, he spoiled it. We're doing a giveaway. God, I didn't even get to use the spoiler as a foot giveaway thing.
We have a spoiler as a foot giveaway?
No, but I didn't get to use it either way. Come on.
A spoiler.
All right, so everybody right now, I need a number starting with 1 and going to 2 to 3 all the way up to 100.
1 to 100. Everybody guess. If you can hear us, guess a number from 1 to 100. Dennis,
wow.
That drawing in the bunker was super cool, man. Did you see that drawing, Marco?
No.
Dennis took one of the thumbnails from YouTube, and he drew me.
Well, Kyle, you can't do 2 numbers.
Yeah, you guys only one number.
Or 3, 1 number, Kyle. And we're just going to stick you with your first one.
Well, I think what Kyle's doing is the first number is for Gweller, the second number is for Guillermo, the third number is for William, and the fourth number is for Kyle.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, and that's numbers, Kyle.
Paul, you had to go with 69, huh?
Kyle's still guessing number. Kyle, your number is 52. That's your number, buddy.
Nicholas, why did you do 2 numbers now?
Okay, one number.
1 number, people. I never thought this would be so hard.
I mean, you didn't initially specify that they only get to pick one number.
I guess I did.
You got sassy about me guessing that it was a giveaway.
Sassy.
All right, so we got Kyle with 52. We got O'Flanagan with 29. We got Paul with 69, of course. We've got Nick with 36 and Dennis with 34.
I think I'm going to have a new rule in all my giveaways like this.
Uh-oh.
If you pick out 69, you're just automatically disqualified.
I mean,
it's just...
Here's my question. Is Paul making commentary about himself that he's picking 69, or is he making commentary about you that he thinks you would pick 69?
I don't know. Good question. But I knew he would pick 69, and he knew that I knew that he would pick 69. So therefore, I did not pick 69.
So you're saying you don't want Paul to win?
Actually, if anybody I didn't want to win, it would probably be Paul. He'll know why in a second.
Oh, no. What's up, Marty? Good to see you.
Because me and Paul had this conversation. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up giving away a Blast from the Past pack.
Ooh.
And Paul buys like 4 a month. So it's like, I'm already, like I was telling him, man, it's like, you keep this up, one of these days, I'm just not going to have anything to send you.
I know. He's like, well, let's see. You've been doing Autograph of the Month Club for how long now?
Yeah, but on the Blast from the Past, sometimes I throw in stuff that I, did as an add-on, or maybe that I just have laying around that I think is cool.
Yeah, but just like if you want to do like straight math, like he's gonna start dipping his toes into your personal collection here, or the stuff that you haven't listed yet.
Yeah, because some of it I have, some of it I sold out of, so
yeah.
I don't have. But yeah, we've started year number 4 now.
That's crazy.
Because I started January of 2016.
Paul, so technically, if you're doing 4 a month, you only have to do it for an entire year to get every single Autograph of the Month Club that he's ever done.
Well, that doesn't include the add-ons.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was the 1 month where I was just like, I'm sending you a random Once Upon a Time autograph.
That's kind of cool. That actually, if you ever do that again where you get like if you get a sign out from a show and the show had like a headliner, like a show headliner, like Once Upon a Time, for example, that would be kind of fun. Like, here it is this month. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get an autograph from, I don't know, like let's say like you're going to get an autograph from the show Evil this month.
Right.
But I'm not telling you who you're going to get. It's just going to be from Evil, and there's a chance of 4 or 5 autographs. Because then what you're going to have is you're going to have the people who are going to be like, well, I'm going to buy 5 this month. Because I want all of them.
Right. And, that actually did happen.
Yeah.
There were some people who bought, like, what I did is I think I did the random Once Upon a Time, but you could, the more add-ons you bought, I just make sure you weren't getting doubles.
That's awesome.
Because I was actually, I knew the actual, manager, the booking agent for, like, all of them. So I had a whole bunch of different ones.
That's awesome. Dennis is watching this at 2:48 in the morning in the Netherlands.
Nice. That still isn't going to change my number.
Yeah, actually, if anything,
awesome.
Dennis, you out because the shipping cost to the no, I'm just kidding.
Well, I still only charge the $1 on the add-ons. So
I know. Let's see. Blast from the Past packs are awesome. Yep, see, Dennis, people like the sketch. That sketch was awesome. Paul wants all... Paul, do you want all of the Once Upon a Time or all of the autographs from Autograph of the Month Club ever? I think is Joe Cohen probably the only person other than you that has every single autograph?
There's probably a few in there. I have probably, if it wasn't the first month, there was a big jump. I think I had like 38 people the first month, or 36.
Mm.
But then the second month jumped to I think like 50 or 60. And I think,
I mean, the fact that you had 36 the first month is impressive.
well, I mean, I had a 10-year to 12-year mailing list, and I was a staple in the autograph community already. So in general, but yeah, like I said, I'd been doing 258 West since 2005. So
yeah,
it was lucky because I only had 40 of what's her name. What was her name? Agent Carter.
Gemma Simmons.
No, it was Agent Carter. Peggy from.
Oh, I didn't know about that one. I was talking about the one that you just sent me that I've been begging for.
Nah, that was like around year 2 something.
Yeah, but you're short on her too, aren't you? Or that was like the last one?
No, yeah, I think I have one more laying around. But yeah, I mean, but I had enough to do the add-on for her that month. No, but the first month was what's her name? Played Peggy Carter.
So the first month
ever was
Agent Carter. And that was before the show, wasn't it?
I think that was around the same time of the show.
Haley Atwell,
yeah. But yeah, the first month was Haley. But the reason I was able to get her 40 of them was because she signed in black in a black area. So I got a pretty good deal on the autographs, enough to where I could put it in the club for $20.
Yeah.
Because at the time, her autograph was going for almost $80 to $100, I think.
I mean, still, like, let's talk about.
I mean, it was visible. Like, you could still see it. It was just, it doesn't pop. You know what I mean? Like, you know how I do my signatures, right?
Yeah, when you're in full control, when it's not a sign out or some kind of like when you're in full control, like they're next level. Like, let's talk about DJ Qualls. Like,
oh, this month's is even insane. Like, he did a really good job with like his signature and stuff like that. Like,
I will say one of my favorites though. I still think one of my favorites, and it's been long enough, right? For Sterling.
Yeah,
it's been long enough.
It's been 2 months now. There's 2 out.
Yeah, so Mindy, what I loved about Mindy's is you clearly had this like space for her to sign, but the ones that were inscribed, she like inscribed out of the area, which was funny because it's like yelling.
Yeah.
So I thought I actually liked that where like you had her signature like, but then she's like ours was like open the box and it was like way out of the area.
Yeah. Nah, she's super nice. I need to reach out.
Yeah,
I need to get her on the show.
Oh my God, I would if she got on the show. I would. She's got some great. Just talk about somebody who just seems just like a great attitude. Like, I'd love to just hear stories from her. She'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, what was your first autograph?
My first autograph ever? Actually, my first autograph ever, if I believe to be correct, was from Broadway in LA, in Hollywood.
There's no Broadway in Hollywood.
There is a Broadway in Hollywood. And it was Phantom of the Opera. I forget their name, but they were very famous for Phantom, and I actually still have it. It's actually hanging up in my garage. That was my first autograph ever that my parents got me. I'm fun fact about me. I'm a big theater kid. I don't like to do theater, but Phantom of the Opera, Les Miserables, Cats. I love all that stuff.
I'm a theater snob, so that's why I said there was no theater in LA. Because once you've seen New York theater,
okay, I'm not saying it's Broadway.
It's like even the Vegas shows can't compete really. I mean, they do a pretty good job, but those are more like concerts than they are Broadway shows.
I will say that I've seen Phantom of the Opera a lot. Phantom of the Opera and Les Mis are probably the two that I've seen the most. They're my two favorites. Um, Phantom of the Opera that they did Phantom of the Opera at the Venetian in Las Vegas.
Right.
And they spent a lot of money on the building. And so the special effects of the way that they had the chandelier fall on you and stuff like that was really cool. That being said, it being a Vegas show, it was a sped up version. You know what I mean? It was mostly like, here's the Phantom of the Opera if we were just doing the songs. Like, you know the story, follow along.
Right. So, no, I mean, my first Broadway show was Noises Off with Jane Curtin.
Okay.
But my first autograph from a Broadway show was John Leguizamo.
That is...
I think I don't remember which one of his one-man shows it was.
That's still my challenge to you to get him in the Autograph of the Month Club.
Yeah, her or Jane Curtin would be awesome.
Yeah, John Leguizamo is one of my favorite people on the planet. I just he's one of those people. Kendall talks about all the time with like Bette Midler. Mm-hmm. You talk about Broadway. Bette Midler, she acts all the way to her fingertips. That's always like the line, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you act all the way through. John Leguizamo personifies that. I personally feel he personifies that as well. Did
you know he was in The Mandalorian?
Who did he play?
Remember in the very first episode of season 2, the guy he goes to speak with at the fight, and then he ends up hanging him upside down.
Okay.
And leaves him hanging upside down in the courtyard as he walks away.
That's John Leguizamo?
That's John Leguizamo. You have to watch the credits. It'll say John Leguizamo. Yeah.
Well, I know. With as with the new trilogy and Mandalorian, a lot of the masked figures or CG characters are voiced or acted by a lot of famous people.
Well, but this was a suit. Like, he was in the suit and stuff.
Yeah. We got a couple comments. Let's see. A Flarigan says favorite autograph of the month was Pedro Pascal. Which, still, for you having him in the club, I know at the time, obviously, he wasn't the Mandalorian, but and then Nicholas, first 2 autographs ever were Kristen Chenoweth and Lin-Manuel Miranda.
See right there, that's Broadway royalty right there, both of them.
Yeah, well, Lin-Manuel now.
Well, yeah, I mean, but he really got,
Whatever happened, wasn't he coming out? I know COVID probably delayed it, but he had that movie coming out too, that musical movie.
I know he's doing the Golden Compass series on HBO.
Yeah,
he was directed or wrote a movie.
You would love Nathan. Hey, we could talk about this because this also came out. I've seen it now multiple places. We talked about this before, but Kyle talking about Nathan Fillion and Castle or Firefly. More and more reports coming out that Disney Plus is making Firefly.
This is what I want to get. I actually want to get Nathan on here to talk about.
Hey, buddy. Hang on a second.
Mean, do you guys listening want me to get Nathan on here to talk about?
I don't think it would matter why you got Nathan on. I think people want Nathan on the show. If you could get PJ, would you go through PJ?
Well, yeah. I mean...
Yeah, if you can get PJ to bring Nathan on our show, that'd be insane.
Wow. Just give away my secrets. It's not Marco's getting Nathan on the show. It's Marco. We'll talk to PJ to talk to so-and-so to talk to...
It's not who you know. It's who you know who knows who.
Look at this. This is why I can't. I can't have
You're
anything.
The top of the
I can't have anything nice.
You're the top of the hierarchy. You're the top, and then you trail out. Like it's like a family tree.
6 degrees of Marco.
No, you're the trunk. You're the trunk of the tree. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Well, I mean, I do know Nathan's assistant. I mean, I could contact her.
I thought the story was that Nathan's assistant or Nathan's agent shut you down.
No, yeah, but they fired the agent. They both fired him after that because they went back and actually asked, like, "Hey, are you not giving us all the offers?" And they're like, "Well, we're like." Because you also have to remember, this was when I did the signing. He hadn't got Castle yet, so like his entire career was basically the 13 episodes of Firefly, which probably didn't get paid very much for, and the movie Slither, and some daytime,
I was talking, my buddy and I were sitting at work the other day, and a trailer came on for Resident Alien,
right?
The new Alan Tudyk show, And my buddy's like, I'm like, are you gonna watch the show? And I'm like, yeah, I want to watch it. It looks pretty funny. And then I was like, you want to know what's funny about that? And my buddy looks at me. I go, remember we sat down and watched Con Man? He goes, yeah. I go, remember when Alan was talking about how all he can do is sci-fi shows, and Nathan gets on the big shows, and he goes, holy shit. And I said, yeah, it's still going on.
All right, those that are still watching, we're going to be giving away at the end of the show an autograph. So just put in a number between 1 and 100. Only one
Unless you
number.
already put in a number, Kyle.
Only one number. Your first number in chat is going to be the one I'll use, and then Michael's going to write down all the numbers.
Yeah. Oh, here, I'll start doing that.
But so my first
autograph. If you got Nathan on the show, that would be insane. Let's, after you go over your autograph, and I also want to hear your favorite Broadway stuff, but let's circle back around to this Disney Plus rumor.
Okay. So my autograph. But so I was probably, let's see, 8th grade. I was in 8th grade. I have my grandma's sister has a pulled pork barbecue stand in North Carolina at the Winston North Carolina track. So she was a favorite of all of the drivers. Like her barbecue, I guess, was really famous at the track. Mm-hmm. And so for Christmas one year, I got in the mail a big, probably a good 6 foot long poster by like 2 feet, and it had every NASCAR driver lined up, right, side to side, signed by all of them.
That's kind of cool.
And I was like, whatever, put it up on my wall, and I have no idea whatever happened to it. Like I never watched NASCAR in my life. I had zero interest in NASCAR. I put it up on my wall. I didn't even realize, like, I hadn't even thought of autographs or like crossed my mind or like whatever. It's just, and I couldn't tell you for the life of me where that went.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I probably, I have some stuff in my garage that our garage is insulated, but even being insulated, garages get colder or warmer during the season. But I have my three original collectible pieces. I have the signed Phantom of the Opera poster. And then I have, so some people will know this. Back when Saw 3, I want to say, came out, Tobin Bell made a limited edition poster that all the donations went to the Red Cross, and the thing is that his blood was in the red ink. He donated some blood, they mixed it in the red ink, they printed the posters. I have one of those posters in the garage. And then I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man movie, there were these posters that were out of Spider-Man on a building, and in his eye you could see the Twin Towers. And on 9/11 or on 9/10, when I went to school, I used to go to the mall and to the movies after school. And I went to the mall, and on 9/10 those posters were up, and then on 9/11 when that happened, they took those posters down, and they were supposed to destroy all of them. And I have one of those posters with Spider-Man with the Twin Towers in his eye, which is pretty cool. Those are like my first collectibles ever.
Yeah, the one of the only collectible I have that has anything to do with the Twin Towers is I have a newspaper from San Diego Comic-Con. It was a promotion for Fringe, and it was an alternate universe newspaper. So it was like 9/11 anniversary. Finally, the White House has been rebuilt, and Obama's moving back in. And apparently, it was the planes that missed the Twin Towers but took down the White House.
Interesting.
In the Fringe timeline, right? Because that's why, like, if you watch Fringe, one of the things that when they switch to alternate universe New York, it's the Twin Towers are still up. And I think Leonard Nimoy is like working out of one of them or something, right?
Yeah.
But the whole newspaper, it's 2 pages, 4 pages, and there's just articles all over. Like there's a basketball player, he sets like an NBA record, but he had like died in our universe, like from a heart attack in a game in high school or in college. But in this universe, he went on to the pros to be like some Michael Jordan character type of thing. But like, there's just like a newspaper with all of these alternate world events and stuff like that. It has movies with different actors in it, you know, like
That's cool.
and stuff like that. But so that's the only thing that I have really is like Twin Tower related. But my first celebrity that I met in New York was I'm pretty sure it was Bruce Campbell. He was doing the Bubba Hotep premiere at a small theater, and I went, and so there was the premiere. He did a little speech before. Then afterward, I waited by the stage door. It was like me and like two other people, and then I got a photo with him. And this is back before like cameras or phones really had cameras, and I still had to use a regular camera.
Interesting. I probably get I can't say who I met. My first that I remember meeting, the first celebrities that I remember meeting were actually, so I grew up, for people who don't know, I grew up in Southern California. Both of my parents went through an addiction program, and so they were at an AA meeting, and the AA meeting was in Malibu, which for those who don't know Malibu, you should know Malibu. It's very bougie, a lot of rich people. And that is where I met my first celebrities, was at this AA meeting in Malibu. Probably not where I should be meeting them, as I'm like in the place for the kids to hang out.
Yeah.
And these celebrities are coming and dropping their kids off. And that's where I'm like, oh my God, that's so and so. And oh my God, that's so and so.
Before that, it was all like basketball players for the Portland Trailblazers. I did. My friend Eric, who ended up on the show Bones.
Yeah.
We went to a Knicks game courtside one time, and I was sitting next to Rihanna.
That's so cool.
Because we were courtside, and then on the other side of the court was Chris Rock. What's her name? Celine Dion.
Oh wow.
And then some kid that a bunch of little girls cheered for, named Justin Bieber.
Oh God.
I had no. This was before he was famous. This was just. I think Usher had just signed him, and like a bunch of little girls screamed. And then I went back to my friends and I was like, "Yeah, everybody was cheering for some Justin Bieber kid." And he's like, "Oh, that's Usher's new, so and so." But yeah, it was,
It wasn't he like, he was like YouTube famous before Usher signed him though, I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
like there was a picture of him,
Yeah.
like, on the street corner, like playing the guitar for a change or something.
Yeah, he was YouTube famous or whatever, and who knows now.
All right, so what's this newest article?
So I not just one. Kendall's been showing me them. They're popping up everywhere. That Disney Plus is in the process of remaking Firefly with Nathan Fillion. Like, I don't know if he's just a producer, but it's like a big thing now. There's a bunch of it. Marco's trying to pull them up.
Settings.
Disney is planning Firefly reboot.
Well, because one of the guests that we're going to have probably on maybe next week or somebody else, I was going to ask him about it because he wrote the Serenity novel. The basically he gets the script ahead of the filming, right?
And he writes the companion novel.
Right. So it's basically he just novelizes the script.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes what's really funny is some things that get cut from the movie or even get changed in the movie but don't get changed in the book. And there's one scene in the book that I always refer to, and I'll talk about it whenever he's on the guest, but he doesn't. He thinks it's all BS.
Oh, he doesn't think that it's going to be rebooted?
Because I was asking him, and he's like, he doesn't even want to waste his time because he said the article, original one, is almost all clickbait, he thought.
No, this was a newer one that just came out.
I'm not seeing anything in the last week. See, let me add Firefly. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in the last week. Let's change it to maybe the last month.
So I'm seeing, yeah, it looks like everything came out mid to end
It's
December.
all it's
So
all
there
based
was,
off that one article.
well, there was the one article, and then some people actually dug into it, and they did find that they were included in the rights that Disney
Well,
acquired. So
but it wasn't
Disney
matter.
does own.
They own the Firefly rights, but the problem is Universal owns the Serenity rights. So like
Yeah.
that's what remember when PJ was on, right? He said that there was a lot of difficulties that Nathan was working because remember, I mean, we broke that here on the show. Was that actually on the
Yeah.
show, or was that just us talking to him?
I think it was on the
But
show.
he said Nathan was working to acquire the rights.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like Nathan and you and I, that's where you and I talked about the fact Nathan has a history with Disney, with Disney's,
ABC, yeah.
branches. So Nathan has a history with Disney's branches. We know Joss Whedon has a history with Disney. So everybody's there.
Yeah, again, this article, which is the newest one I can find, updated 3 weeks ago, is referring to that giant freaking robots,
Yeah.
and basically it's just their take on it, but they don't see like.
Well, we can all hope,
Yeah,
right?
so I don't know.
That I still think that the idea that you came up with, that we then started bouncing off of, about bringing the original cast in, one of the original cast per episode is like a
Well, like
cameo.
this is what we were talking about, right? The Cobra Kai / Mandalorian
Yeah, there you
approach,
go.
right? Like,
It's a great example.
where
So for anybody who has not finished Cobra Kai yet, we'll try not to do too many spoilers, but we apologize.
Kyle, I think pretty much all of our guests, I have autographs. Now that it's 2001, I am going to be updating the 258 West site with a lot of last year's autographs. I think the last one I put on there was Amy Garcia, and that was like 16 months ago. I'm really kind of lazy when it comes to a lot of this stuff. Like I purposely was keeping Autograph of the Month Club pretty small, like around 140 for a long time. And I'm only now wanting to grow it, and I actually held off from doing a lot of stuff in December because I try to hit a certain amount of money each year to not go over it. And so I was like, when it came December, I was like, do I want to do a bunch of like specials this December or wait till January? But so this year I'm going to be releasing a lot of stuff. But yeah, I will be updating the 258 or shop258west.com, shop.258west.com with the last 16 months of signers.
And we have some other stuff. We have so much stuff that Marco and I discuss in the background that we're trying to bring to you guys. So, a lot of potential of a lot of really cool stuff out there. So we'll see. Let's see. Dennis hasn't watched the last 2 episodes yet of Cobra Kai. So okay, so let's take Dennis.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not really spoilers, right? But we
okay. If anybody saw the trailer, if anybody's seen the trailer, you know that the characters from Japan are in this season.
Right.
So the characters from Karate Kid 2 are in this season of Cobra Kai.
Right.
So now, are they main characters that are in there for the entire series? No. They're there for a cameo.
Right.
And but doing it is so powerful. Right. And that's where you can take the Firefly series and, like, let's say, okay, let's spitball it, let's say like the new crew and who the new showrunners and everything, their ship gets damaged, and so they land on a planet, and who do they find? Kaylee, and Kaylee helps them fix the ship. Like, you can do something like that,
right?
You know what I mean? Or like they can bring it in and like, let's say that they're the ones flying Serenity,
or another one. Remember how Badger was like the ruler of his own little world? You could update Badger, or Jane is the new Badger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Jane's off running his own little, planet. His own little moon.
But my point is, it'd be that easy. You could have Kaylee star in one episode, or reoccurring episodes every few. She doesn't have to be a constant character, where she's living some kind of life, but she knows how to fit. Like, let's say there's a problem with Serenity that they can't figure out how to fix, but she knows that ship. So they're like, well, I know this mechanic.
Right.
And then it's her.
And then there's also, you could also bring back the villains, Bridget,
Absolutely.
Mrs. Reynolds, Bridget, whatever, like all of her names, right? You could bring in, you could have an episode with Nishka. You could have an episode with the operative, from the movie, basically any of the characters. I mean, there's not a lot, but like I said, my idea was to center it around corporations. Like the Blue Sun Group was behind really a lot of the Alliance, right? And so like this whole new cast would be trying to break up or expose the Blue Sun Group as the figures behind everything, right? And there would be like a lot more open, like, and a lot of the main planets would almost be like cyberpunkish, where the Alliance it's not as neat as it was before. Remember, like when they go to like Ariel, like everything is very nice, neat, and stuff. Well, now maybe as when you land, there's a protest going on, right? Or it's like there's something, it's not as harmonious as it was before, because the world, the universe, that galaxy has changed, right? Like people are starting to question things, that's how I would approach it.
Yeah, I think that the opportunity is there, and the opportunity there then is there for you can do, like, let's talk about Mandalorian. Like, how badass would it be for the new crew in the finale to be pinned down by Reavers or something like that, and River or Mal shows up?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is River could come to save the day and be like this mythic hero that you're like when you see, like, I think what Marvel did in Daredevil, right? On the Netflix, you saw like Spider-Man in the newspapers. I think there was at least a couple cameos. So what if there's like an episode of Daredevil in the future where Spider-Man actually saves him?
Or what about, even the DCCW shows, when they introduced Batwoman, but everybody was like, the Batman's a myth, it's not real. Right. Like the superheroes were saying the Batman's not real. Like, you can do stuff like that. Like I said, you could have. Why not have both of them? Why couldn't you have Mal and River?
Yeah, River could. There could be some like mythology person that's going around leading the rebellion, and you find out the leader of the rebellion is River.
Yep. So I think they could do some cool stuff. Dennis, I don't understand. You want to say something about Dunkirk? I mean, feel free to type whatever you want. Yeah, go for it, man. But yeah, we're just saying, basically what we're saying is the reason Cobra Kai and Mandalorian are probably the two biggest shows right now on TV is because of the fan service.
Yeah, and they earn it. This is Jon Favreau. There was an interview and he talks about, you build up the new show with the little Easter eggs so that way when the big moments happen, they feel earned and not forced. Right? Like none of the cameos, well, except for maybe the one when he goes to Japan, is a little forced. But yeah, I mean, it just seems, but they don't seem forced. They feel earned, right?
I don't even think that the Japan one kind of, I thought that the writing was actually not bad to why he's in Japan.
Right. It makes him look like such a jerk. His daughter's going through like all of these crises, and he just like he's so self-centered. Like nobody else. It's just all about him, right? Like he's just.
Well, he's the bad guy. He's the asshole.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, my daughter's like having PTSD and she just, almost died, and this other kid I know is in jail, and this blah 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 blah. Everything's going around with, but oh, poor me. Let me like go through my midlife crisis, and
That is the one thing that I will say. So I love. Don't get me wrong. I love Cobra Kai. I thought season 3 was phenomenal. That being said, the end of season 2 with the school fight, and then some of the things that happen in season 3, you're just like, all right, this shit's not really happening. Like in real life, this isn't happening.
well, I mean, it goes back to the suspension of belief, right? Like, especially like the
Yeah.
Karate Kid 2. You have this kid who's been studying karate for like 6 months, goes and beats every Japan, like every single like black master, there is, and all of a sudden this little white kid from the suburb or like the things who's had 6 months worth of training, all of a sudden is
He's
like
the dude that comes down and zip lines into the arena.
yeah. It just, I mean, and then it goes back to the whole debate, like that's like all of the what you call the guys who can't handle like female heroines, right? Who are giving Rey so much shit in Star Wars. How could she learn to fly the Millennium Falcon so fast, right? Like she was just this, or like how can she fight with a lightsaber? She used a staff, and but like but yet they have no problem believing that Luke Skywalker, can do the exact same stuff like that she did, right? In the exact same amount of time. They have no disbelief of all these other things that all these other people do with the same amount of time. But Rey though, that just takes it out. Like it's not. And then what's great is like the actual like lightsaber master guy who works with staff. She said her actual ability to wield a staff actually would set her up better to use a lightsaber than a person who trained their life in a sword because of the way the blades work. Yeah. But like it's just going on about like how they're like it's so unbelievable with Rey, but yet everybody else in the series is believable. It's so like every single movie and everything, you have to have that suspension of belief where the person goes from the dorky nerd who is hapless, like, same problem that people have with Wonder Woman, how the cheetah chick goes from like being a klutz to being as powerful as Wonder Woman in like 5 minutes.
Well, is the stone. It's all the stone.
But I mean, it's the same thing with the Karate Kid, right? Like, you have these kids who've been training and doing this thing for their entire life, right? And they're like masters and black belts, and he washes some windows and waxes a car, and all of a sudden he can beat them.
Yeah.
Or like it's just you have to have this suspension of belief when you watch this stuff, right? Like they're no way grounded in reality, And
that's funny.
And so, but like the same thing with these kids in Cobra Kai, right? Like all of a sudden they go from being these kids that are picked on to actually being like karate experts overnight, like not even with.
I mean, not just that, but I'm going past that. Like just like the breakout fight scenes and the injuries that are occurring and the things that are just being allowed to occur in the world. And you're just like,
well, I mean, and in reality, I think the school's response was true, right? Like the teachers can't really do anything anymore. Like they can't get between them, because then they get sued, right? Like it's if they get injured by trying to break it up, right? Like it's, and I think to me the best response is, I love the idea that like the city turns on karate. Like I thought that was like they're like people are paying so much attention that they turn on karate is the evil.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But in reality, you give kids a weapon, kids are gonna abuse it. You know what I mean? Like you give somebody who's been bullied their whole life the ability to bully their bully, 9 out of 10 times they're gonna to abuse that ability.
Well, then you get into the Stanford experiment. Then you get into some real crazy thoughts about the human psyche. Apparently, so Dennis is a star. I don't know if you've seen it. So Dennis worked on Dunkirk on stunts and did a couple stunt scenes. He was in an Easter egg cameo sort of scene, British soldier in the stunts on the boat, and was a clansmate of one of the leading actors.
All right, so clansmate. Let's clear this up. What do you mean by clan?
I think he means classmate. Maybe I said it wrong. Classmate.
Is it? Oh yeah, because there is no N. Because you said clanmate. I'm like, wait a second. So you were in the clan?
Yeah, classmate. A different clan. And I don't think the clan was in Dunkirk.
I thought he'd moved on to something else.
No, so he was in the movie twice as a young student who had to fight at Dunkirk, and then
he was a classmate, but
that was a plan. And then they have for him later in the movie in the class photo sitting on next to George. That's cool.
Nice.
You have a copy of the photo? That's what I would ask for. Get a copy of that photo.
If anybody wants to see my acting prowess, look up the season finale of Raising Hope. I am all over the season finale on that thing. But so yeah, do we get any more numbers, or I think that's just everybody, right?
Nope, I got 5 numbers. If anybody's tuned in now, number between 1 and 100. Don't want you to miss out. I haven't seen anybody new pop in though. So
yeah, I think we've lost one. We were at 6 concurrent for a while.
Damn.
But so all right, well the number is 81.
81. So Paul's the closest.
The number is 18.
The person that shouldn't be winning won with 69.
Damn it. What was funny was I was actually going to do the first person to comment, and then I saw it was Paul, and I'm like, I'm going to do a number. So Paul ended up winning either way.
Funny. Paul. Oh, yeah. Also, Nick has a voice acting audition next weekend. And next week, too. That's awesome, dude. Can you shed any light? Do you know anything about the role? Is it for season 5 of My Hero Academia?
All I can tell you is voice acting comes down to real acting. It's just you don't try to be like, don't try to do anything different than you would if you were acting it out in real life. I got that quote. There's a woman who does all of the DC animated shows, the movies and series and all of the animated ones, like the good stuff, right? She does the casting and directing for all of those. Right, she's like the Kevin Feige of DC animated stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And people would ask her, because I used to go to the Paley Fest all the time in New York too, and they used to do every premiere of every DC animated movie they would do there. And so I got to see her in panels, like 10 of them, and every single one they would ask her, how do you become a voice actor? When you're working with voice actors, what do you look for? And she's like, I look for real acting. You know, I want real actors. Not that voice actors aren't real actors, but what I mean is like when you're acting a scene, if you're just trying to voice act, right, it comes through. Like I want you to.
Yeah, you have to be like physically moving and stuff. Like if you watch voice actors, they're actually acting out the scene.
Yeah, like because a lot of times you're doing it by yourself in the booth, and you're supposed to be like having a conversation with someone else. Like you want to like just full on like act out the scene like you're actually in the scene and being filmed.
There was a little anime convention, a local one down here, and I forget his name, Paul saying something, and he's done like the voice of Xemnas. He did the voice of the Nine-Tailed Fox from Naruto, I think it is. Anyway, and he was, what I thought was really interesting when he was talking about voice acting and stuff. He's like, so like if I have my mic here, and he's talking about how you actually you have your mic like this, like it's right here, and you can't move because your voice changes as you move around.
Right.
but he's like, you still have to act, but you have to like leave your head there. And he's like, it's really kind of like a skill to act it out without like getting away from the microphone. Because like the most important thing they're capturing is your voice.
Yeah.
And they need that voice to stay.
And go back and watch the voice acting scenes episodes of Con Man.
that intro is one of the best.
If you haven't seen the series Con Man, go to Amazon, download it. It's amazing.
That's with Milo and what's his name? Nathan Drake's voice actor, right?
Yeah, he does that.
It's Milo. How do you say Milo's last name?
Milo
Vermital or Milo.
Ventimiglia.
Milo Ventimiglia, and then the guy who voices Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
And
the retro replay with
and then what's her name from Firefly?
Gina Torres.
Oh my god, it's like one of the funniest fucking scenes.
And then when he has to go for Milo, when he has to take over the role at the comic shop, and it's the racist character, they look it up. Like, can you find the pictures? You're like, no, don't find the pictures.
Don't find the pictures.
And can you do the voice?
Oh my god. That's like one of the funniest freaking episodes. But he's like, it hurts. It really hurts. And she's like, see, I believe you.
Yeah, we need you to do we're changing things up. Can you do the voice of Marion?
You guys need to watch it if you haven't seen it. You guys definitely need to watch it. Let's see. I can't share too much. I got sent some amazing cameo videos and voice acting advice from Sam Witwer, Kevin Conroy. Wow. Dante Basco, Stephen Blunt. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Been lucky enough to be involved in acting and theater my whole life and been doing acting and voice acting classes for years. Truly amazing. Well, good luck. You'll have to let us know how you do.
Well, maybe I'm going to adjust my box there because I'm in the middle of doing his mega box, right? And maybe I'll put in a bunch of cool voice acting autographs.
Oh, is Nick getting a mega box?
Yeah. We've been emailing back and forth. I'm trying to get his box out this weekend.
That's exciting.
Yeah, he got the mega box.
Nice.
And so I've got a bunch of voice acting autographs. I just don't really put them out there very much. But yeah, you should watch that. It's funny, the Sam Whittier or whatever. It used to be I couldn't go anywhere without running into that dude. Because every time I'd go to a convention and afterwards, like I'd go to dinner, just walking down the street, riding the elevator, that guy I felt like was stalking me for like a good year.
He probably felt the same about you. He said Mega Box and Autograph of the Month Club for a year.
Yep. Thank you very much.
And then Kyle says he needs to order another box when he gets some monies.
I will say I can't wait for next month's autograph if it all comes together like I want.
Is next month are we gonna go back to variants?
Oh, or if what I'm doing works out, there will be a lot of variants. And it might be
John Leguizamo.
It actually might be my biggest release ever.
John Leguizamo.
No.
Let's just get John on the show.
It's funny, Kyle. Like you got I think it was the $80 box, but I would hope, and you would have gotten up a lot higher because I have so many cool Doctor Who stuff. Like you have no idea.
Yeah, he has a lot of Doctor Who stuff.
But it was a lot of fun putting that one together, and I have a lot of fun with the boxes. They're hard though, man, because it's one of those things. It's like, okay, you get to the point. It's like I go like, all right, is this enough value? Nah, let's add more. What would this value? Let me pack it up. This and that. Like, wait, is this too much now? Nah.
Well, I know we bought one truly epic box, but I probably could buy, with what you and I have talked about and the stuff that you have that I know that I would like, I probably could buy 3 or 4 and still get new stuff from you.
Yeah. Like, then I could start doing some of the cast piece shit that I got.
God, you gotta just draw. Marco's $1,000 box.
The problem is
Marco's Grail box.
I'd love to do something.
Yeah.
It's just I'd have to sell a certain amount of them.
Yeah.
Let's do the $600 stimulus box.
There you go. Marco, stimulate your box. $600. But that's not a good tagline. Don't go with that. It's a terrible tagline.
Yeah. Carrie Ells is amazing, right?
Oh my God, he's so incredible. He's actually really nice to meet.
The problem is, and I know his agent really, really well, and I've debated whether or not to sign him several times. Problem is he has probably the worst signature in all of Autograph.
It's bad.
It's like, it's just a C, not even like a C, not even like a good C. It's like a hook C. And then sometimes, I guess, if you're lucky, you get to C with a little bit of a wave.
I wonder what ours is on the pop. My pop.
The pop, I'll show you right now, is this. Ready? C, and then kind of like the line.
Yeah, I think mine does have the wave, and then it has like a sword thing. I think, and he wrote on mine to the pain. He did write on mine to the pain.
Yeah, Princess Bride's one of my favorite too. I have my Princess Bride print sitting right here, which this is like my Grail print.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see one of those go up on eBay for an affordable price.
I mean, it goes anywhere. I think the cheapest I've seen it listed maybe $650, but it would probably be like maybe have some creases or bends. But
yeah, that's the one Issa that I'm missing that I'd want.
Yeah, it's it may be the so yeah, but I don't know.
Antonio Banderas, you can catch him out in Marbella, Spain. Happily sits at the bar talking to everyone.
You know who I used to see at the bar all the time? Every single day, pretty much.
Who?
Frank Miller. I didn't get to tell my Frank Miller story when we were interviewing Nick. I kept trying to.
Oh yeah.
But like the office in New York that I worked at, right? The building right next to him, next to our building, was his apartment. So like you'd see him, and then there was a bar on the corner, and he would spend every day in that bar, like 4 or 5 hours in that bar. Even the waitress, he took her to I think the 300 premiere or something. But like he hangs out in that bar like every single day, and there's a point where he was in a wheelchair for a while, but it wasn't electric for some reason. And he could still kind of walk. So, like, you'd see him with one leg, like, trying to scoot himself.
Oh,
and I'd like, do you want some help pushing you to the corner, to the bar or whatever? And like, no, I got it. And it was so sad just watching him inch along slowly. It's like, all right, maybe it's his exercise, I guess. But I mean, like,
Well, Flarigan's gonna order a box not too soon too. There you go.
Nice.
The boxes are they're worth it. They're so worth it. I don't think enough people know the amount of stuff you have past Autograph of the Month Club.
Yeah. Which is fine. It's just the thing is I don't do as much stuff as all the other guys. Like you saw, like during this holiday season, like there was a different box every day, it seemed like. And I was like, damn.
Tell my bank account.
Yeah. And so I was like, that's why I held off from doing anything. I mean, it's just like, I was like, everybody's got so much. But then at the same time, I was like, man, I want to sell stuff too.
Yeah, of course.
But again, I only sell stuff when I need extra cash, I guess. It's just like, you know what? I want to do a really big signing this month. So let me sell a few things. And that's where it all pretty much goes. It's just
Yeah, you just put it right back
to
in.
more signings. It's just, like I said, I'm in a lucky position where like my bills aren't that much. And so as long as I make enough to cover my bills each month, I'm good. And have
But
enough for a
just
signing.
wait till everybody sees Autograph of the Month Club 5 years from now at our compound in Las Vegas.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh
Oh man, if my crypto goes the way it's going, it's gonna be a mall, a collectible mall, where we're gonna do live shows, have cons, have people down every week.
Yep.
It's
And we're
just
gonna be
be a
partying
party.
we're gonna have Box Poppin' Beauties gonna be outdoors.
You saw
chilling.
my backyard had that cabana with a 10-seat bar.
That's where it's gonna be. We're just gonna have celebrities sitting at the bar, serving them, and we're gonna be live.
It's gonna be like the Playboy Mansion for
go.
for actors to come and just hang out. And it's not even that far from the airport, the private airport, so that they could just fly into the private one.
I've got connections actually with Jet Suite X.
There you go. My cousin Cindy Crawford, her husband is a pilot. He has a little private,
There you go.
2-seater or 4-seater. He could just fly people in and out of it,
Perfect.
And he'd love to do it, I'm guessing. No, but her name is actually Cindy. My grandma's maiden name, my mom's maiden name is Crawford.
So it's not the Cindy Crawford.
No, and so it was like her cousin. So it's like my second cousin. But you want to know what? She was actually the first secretary at Microsoft.
Damn.
So she's got like Microsoft vested stock money, and she went on to like lead their marketing department and stuff for like a long time. And she retired like 10 or 15 years ago.
That's awesome.
But like she has this gorgeous house that when you look out to her windows, you get an unobstructed view of Lake Mead every day.
That's so cool.
And so she has houses in Seattle and in Boulder City. And so yeah, it's funny because Bill Gates actually asked her out once. And she was like, nah.
Nah.
Rumor, I don't know if that's true. That's just some story my mom said. So I guess I'll have to ask her.
Hey, whatever mom says is true. Okay.
Yeah. What's even crazy is like her mom ended up winning the lottery like twice. So it's like that side of the family just got like a ton of luck money. Because what it was is she actually told me the story because I asked her once, and she was working for a temp agency. And they're like, do you want to go to this place? Or there's a new startup, company. And, it's like, and blah, blah, blah. She goes, that sounds more interesting. Send me there. They don't pay as much, but it seems like a cooler job.
There you go.
And so she ended up getting hired on at Microsoft, like one of the first secretaries.
That's awesome.
But yeah. All right, guys. I think we could probably keep going, like I said, for hours. But
yeah, Kendall will get mad at me. I need to go cook the pregnant lady dinner.
There you go.
I'll get in trouble. Then I'll have to move into your Vegas pad.
Yeah, this year is going to be insane, and I hope who I have coming this month, it closes and it happens. But because it'll be an awesome one.
Everybody say it with me. This is the year that Marco gets John Leguizamo. Woo!
Ooh. Oh, I'm a huge John Leguizamo fan. Like I said,
that's why
I've been to like.
I know it'd be one that you'd be down with too.
I've gone to 2 of his live shows on Broadway.
I know it'd be one that you'd be down with. You'd be down to put put John Leguizamo in the box or in the club.
I mean, get some from him in Spawn.
I know that Zobi recently had Spawn in one of the boxes, and everybody was hoping it was John Leguizamo's autograph.
Yeah.
Everybody was hoping it was John Leguizamo, but it was not. Spawn was the T-shirt.
So see, to me, I already have his autograph on the playbill, so
whatever.
I'm good.
Think about the little people.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many signings I want to do. Oh, one thing I did want to say is mad respect to YouTube Red. As more and more shows, like for everybody who doesn't know, about 3 years ago, YouTube started wanted to do their own subscription service, and they came out with YouTube Red, right? And they had some original programming like Cobra Kai. It's out on Netflix now, and Netflix is doing season 3 and 4, but season 1 and 2 was on YouTube. And they did another show with the policeman show with Dick from Veronica Mars. That was so funny.
Okay.
It's funny because it was a show about an actor who is helping the New York Police Department to get good press, you know. So he ends up partnering on like a homicide, and they're like, "Oh, we're filming this, you know, cop buddy show for YouTube Red," and they're like, "The porn site?" Like, yeah, you would have thought they would come up with a better name than YouTube Red, right?
So funny.
And so, like, the whole first 2 episodes is just them using that joke over every time he says, "Yeah, the show's going to be on YouTube Red," and they're like, "The porn site?" Yeah. But the reason I bring it up is that everybody needs to go to Amazon Prime and watch a series called Wayne. Wayne probably has to be one of the best shows of the last 10 years.
That's a super violent show, right?
Oh, it's insanely violent.
Yeah, that was on YouTube Red also.
That's the whole point of me talking about YouTube Red and how insane they actually had 2 amazingly good shows in Cobra Kai and Wayne.
I didn't know that Wayne went to Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime, and they're actually greenlit season 2. So you can watch season 1. It's 10 episodes, and each episode's, I think, like 30 minutes long.
So is YouTube Red done with making shows?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so, but our buddy Patrick Gallagher is in the first episode of Wayne. Oh. And you get to hear him in a crazy Boston accent, walking his dog, and being like a bully with a deep British accent. But I just finished watching Wayne season 1, and it has to be, I can't tell you, probably in the last 10 years. It has to be one of the best shows I've seen in the last 10 years.
I'll have to watch it then.
It's ultra violent, but there's a reason why. Like, it's insane.
All right. So that's it, everybody.
And you have to watch Blood In, Blood Out this week.
Blood In, Blood Out's up now too.
No, it's not out. You just have to watch the DVD.
I said it's up. It's up on the list.
Oh, and did you see who they got for the villain in Dexter?
Yes, I did.
How amazing is that?
That's such a good to me, casting him is bringing it back to having somebody massive like John Lithgow. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It's like
somebody to stand next to him and overshadow him.
Yeah. And so for you guys watching Tom Clancy, I think is his name, right?
Clancy something.
Clancy Tom or
Tom Clancy's the book guy, isn't it?
He was the other guy.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown. He was Nick Stahl's counterpart in Carnival.
Yeah, Clancy Brown is going to be the new Dexter villain. And did you hear the other news that they said?
No, what's that?
It's completely straight timeline. So 7 years has passed because the show was on 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. So they're not like going to be like picking up right away. Like his son and what's her name are going to be 7 years older.
Okay.
Wherever they are.
Now, did you also notice Amy, now that you've watched the series, how Amy Garcia was in the show as well?
Yeah.
But
it was a good show.
Yeah.
Weird ending.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm glad that I didn't watch it until I knew it was coming back. Let me put it that way. So
All
now I know like I'm gonna get something more.
These
But
were all
anyway,
the things that I wanted to get into today, that
and we
got
just
kind
got
of
freaking
pushed,
sidetracked.
It was funny. We tried to pregame the chat today. It just ended up all about crypto.
Yeah, we ended up pre-gaming for like an extra half an hour. So,
All right, everybody.
bye everybody.
Thanks for watching. I think Paul didn't even know he's the winner because he didn't even comment. I think he's the one that left.
Asleep.
All
Paul
right,
fell
man.
asleep.
All right, guys. End stream now.